Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I'm audible and the screen is visible. I know that you are unable to unmute yourself because this is a live event. I would request any one of you to comment in the chat box or type as one so that I can understand whether I'm audible, my screen is visible to you. Accordingly, this is just a half an hour session. In this half an hour session, I'll make sure that I resolve all your queries and concerns. And accordingly, later, once the session begins, I'll introduce myself as well. We will exactly start the session at 12:05, so not to worry about it. Just we will give a couple of minutes more for the your fellow candidates also to join. So just type one in the chat box and give an acknowledgement to me whether I'm audible properly to you or not. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I could see many of the candidates who have joined anonymously have also confirmed and mentioned it as one, that is have typed as one. But however, I would take out some names like Rohit has confirmed, Harshada has confirmed. Let's wait for a couple of minutes more, like exactly at 12:05, we will start with the session. Until then, I would request you all to please wait. You don't need to, write anything in the chat box. Everything I will give you sufficient amount, and I will also explain you what is the agenda of this particular session as well. So till then, kindly be in a place where you can hear me properly, because right now the next half an hour what I'm explaining to you will be very important, and you will all your queries will be resolved as per as my knowledge. So kindly wait until then. Let's just give some more couple of minutes more, and then accordingly we will start. Hope that's good with y'all. Until then, I don't want anybody to type anything in the chat box, because that will actually, I would miss out while I'm speaking. I will give sufficient amount of time so that you can mention your queries, concern, and I'll take some couple of examples also and read it out to you. Until then, kindly wait. Have joined, I would request you all to kindly wait for another 4 more minutes. Exactly at 12:05, we will begin. We'll explain you everything. I could see Priya has mentioned some queries about her. Priya, I will take it towards the end of the session. Right now, I would request everybody to not post any of your queries or concerns. Once I inform all the particular details, I will let you know what needs to be done. After that, in case the query is not resolved, you can let me know in the chat box. I know that you are unable to unmute yourself, or come on video. That's completely fine. As this crowd is more than 8,000, that's the reason we have maintained a live event, so that properly every individual can hear our instructions, whatever we are giving, and the guidelines as well, and you can accordingly take a note of it as well. As of now, nothing is required, just your patience is required. Just give 4 more minutes and then we will begin. Until then, I would request everybody to wait. No more questions, please. I can see that couple of most candidates are joining, but with the interest of time, I want to complete it at the earliest. That's the reason we will start. So first of all, thank you for joining and congratulations that you have been offered with WIPRO's letter of intent and offer letter. Most of the candidates have received it. I know that some candidates are facing some or the other issue. We will talk it in detail. But as of now, first let me introduce. Most of you must have seen me as well and also have seen my mails coming to you. My name is Lakshmi. I take care of the engineering hiring for West region. So currently what we are trying to do with this open house session is to try to resolve most of your queries, because there are multiple queries coming and there are multiple transactional mails which we are sending it to you for regular updates as such. So that's why I will begin with the first. Those candidates who haven't received the letter of intent from our end, not to worry, we have sent you the offer letter. All the candidates approximate, just give me a moment. Hope I'm audible. So let's begin again. Sorry to interrupt in between. So as I was saying, if you haven't received the letter of intent, that's completely fine. There's no worry at all. We have triggered the offer letter to every individual. So kindly, it's my humble request to check in your spam, trash, and all your mails. It will be there from our end. We have triggered it. What you have to make a note of it is, while you are accepting the letter of the offer letter from our end, you have to save the PDF as well, because that is very important. If you don't save it, next time whenever your onboarding updates are coming, that PDF you need to download it, sign it and upload it. That will have a difficulty while your onboarding procedure is been taken place. That's why it is very, very important that you save your offer letter. In case any of the individual who has not saved it yet, which we have already communicated, not to worry. When your onboarding is scheduled, you can accordingly drop a mail to the email ID from whichever your onboarding updates have been given. They will accordingly share it with you. That was a very important thing, because everybody has received the offer letter. Now, in case any of the candidate who haven't received the offer letter from our end, what I want you to do is reach out to your placement officer. Your placement officer will reach out to me, because that's the proper channel. While we are taking either two options you have, I will drop down the email ID as well. You can drop a mail to manager.campus@wipro.com, mentioning that you haven't received the offer letter, and kindly reshare the offer letter to you. That's the first step. Or for the simple step, you can reach out to your placement officer with your ISIMS resume number as well as your email ID, and your placement officer will reach out to you. Within 1 or 2 days you will receive the revised offer letter from our end. Now, second important updates what I wanted to give was turbo upgrade offer. Now, as we had already mentioned to many every time or several conversations during the presentation as well, I had mentioned this very explicitly, that turbo offer is been right now upgraded into velocity offer. That's been only for certain candidates who have performed extremely well during their MCAT exams, that is MCAT online exams, that is your test which was scheduled. In that, those who have performed above a particular parameter, for only them the turbo offer has been shared, and that's been already multiple candidates. I guess more than 1500 candidates from West have been selected for the same, and the communication has already been gone to such set of candidates, and the procedure also is mentioned to them. For them, already the session has been created. In case you have submitted the responses which was shared for the turbo candidates, we will accordingly be scheduling one more session where you will get all the necessary rest of the updates soon. So until then, kindly wait. So turbo, those candidates who are shortlisted for turbo, we have already triggered many communications to them and all the procedure. They have to accordingly follow all the instructions. I will not deep dive in detail as such now in this particular channel, because this is an open forum. There are many candidates who don't fall under the turbo offer as well. So that's why not taking it too much long period. Internship. as per as my knowledge, we have triggered the internship mailer to all the 8,000 candidates who have we had sent the offer letter. You guys had to confirm whether your college and you are available for the internship starting from. I know that we had initially quoted that we will start from the first week of February, but due to there are a lot of other procedures happening, and this time the internship module is different, and we are also checking because you have not completed your final semester exams. How are we going to take it forward? So that's the reason we have not yet announced the internship period as such, but we are working. You will soon get an update about the internship. Those candidates who have mentioned that they are interested for the internship and the college is providing them a proper assistance and guidance during their internship period, for them it's already taken. Those who have mentioned that they are not interested for internship either because their university doesn't have a internship pattern or either any other circumstances, not to worry, your offer still stands. This is only for the internship. What we are providing is only was with respect to, just a second, too many candidates are writing too many things, as I had quoted and initially also mentioned to you all that kindly wait. I will give you guys an opportunity where I will give you certain times where you can ask your queries and concerns. If you start mentioning it now, I'll not be able to resolve everything. So that's my humble request. Other important thing, as I was mentioning about internship, those candidates who have mentioned it as yes, they will get an important update as the earliest. That's what we are trying to do. We are trying to look all the parameters and approximately about all the things, and accordingly we will keep you an update. Those who have mentioned or declined the internship offer, or those who missed to mention anything about the internship, not to worry, your offer with WIPRO still stands. Accordingly your onboarding will be scheduled. Only for the internship candidates, their onboarding procedure and everything will be different. So those candidates who have considered and accepted for the internship, you will be onboarded as an intern once you complete your 8th semester exams and once you meet your eligibility criteria of 50, 50 and 60. Accordingly, based on your documentation and uploadation program, uploadation session, after that, once you clear our audit procedure, we will be converting you as a regular employee. That's how the internship model is going to go. That was it about the important thing. Other thing, I hope everybody has heard about the revised compensation. I already had multiple sessions about revised compensation. Hope you are aware of the revised compensation, how it works, what are the parameters. The mails have also been triggered to you, so kindly go through. I would request everybody to go through all the insights, whatever we are giving you, updates, whatever we are giving you, small details, what we are mentioning it to you. At least read, because that will actually help you to resolve all your queries, your doubts, your confusion. You don't need to reach out to any, neither me, neither placement officer, nobody. No helpline ID is required. You just need to be active on your mails and read all the particular communication. That was the important fact. I've communicated about turbo as well. Now, anything else which I wanted to mention is very important. There are three more factors which I wanted to mention. Now, somebody's constantly writing some in the chat box, some of the other queries. That's the reason I'm unable to, explain. However, let me hold it out. I'll close the live chat box. I'll disable it as of now. As I was saying, now many candidates have reached out to the placement officers like they are facing troubles while uploading the documentation process. Also, there are a lot of queries where your phone number is not mentioned properly, your date of birth is wrong. Many other such queries. I'm just highlighting 2 or 3 because that was very common. The first step you have to do, in case your date of birth is wrong, what you have to do is reach out to your placement officer, or you can write a mail to manager.campus@wipro.com with this ID proof, with the proper ID code, PAN card, Aadhaar card. Mention your resume number, mention your correct date of birth, also the screenshot of the date of birth which is mentioned in the iSIMS portal, and you can request accordingly that to get it updated. You can go a two-way channel, either your placement officer, either this. Now, this is for the date of birth. Now, if you have a phone number issue, your phone number is wrongly mentioned something, or 91 is added, or something is happening and your candidature is not moving forward, see, reach out to the placement officer with the screenshot of the error what it is coming, and also mention your correct phone number so that we can accordingly update it from the back end. Now, third important issue is gender. There are a lot of issues with the gender, name change. The same follow procedure, screenshot as well as the ID proof, which can actually give us the proof that this is what it is, and accordingly we will change. Now, there are many candidates who are facing some issues while uploading the documents. Now, It is mandatory to have a Aadhaar card. It is mandatory to have a PAN card. It is mandatory to have your passport. Now, in case you don't have your passport, please apply for the passport because passport is mandatory to clear our documentation process. In the sense, during our onboarding, not the overall documentation. So, for that particular parameter, you at least apply for it. Once you apply it, you get an acknowledgement form. You can upload that as an acknowledgement form. Now, whatever documents we had mentioned like 10th and 12th original mark sheets, you have to have your first to 7th semester mark sheets. I know that most of the candidates will have till 6th semester and some few candidates will not have their 4th and 5th, 3rd and 4th semester marks also because of the COVID. Your either exams where you were automatically being promoted or something like that, exams were not done, or after that the exams happened. All such scenarios, whatever document is asked, you accordingly upload it, whether it is internet copy, whether you have the mark sheet. If you don't have it, try to make it available. In case at the last point of time you don't have the document, I would request you to mention in the comment box itself, not this comment box, that I verify comment box, that this document you are awaiting from the college or HOD, and accordingly by this particular date you will be uploading it. Whatever you have, you upload it so that your candidature moves. As I said, once you accept the offer letter, your documentation process starts, so that we see that if you have all the necessary documents, we can onboard you at the earliest. For that, these particular parameters are very, very important. Now, in that sense, you have to make sure all the necessary documents are there. Once all your documents are submitted, or whatever documents you have, it has been submitted, I have a team who takes care of the all the document process and checks whether you are eligible for the process as per our eligibility criteria. If that's the same, you are being cleared and your status becomes green. If our team sees that there are certain 3 or 4 documents which is not mentioned, what our team does, we keep you as an amber case where we are still awaiting for a clarification from your end. So once the documentation process is being seen and there are certain documents pending, what our team does is the team releases the screen back to you and you get an auto mailer as well saying that this particular document is pending from you, kindly upload it at the earliest. That's the procedure what happens for documentation. Now there are many candidates who have already uploaded all the necessary documents and they are asking for updates on when are they getting onboarded, their exams as such. If you have completed your onboarding procedures, that is your documentation process has been completed, you have to wait for further updates. You will be onboarded either by our internship model if you have accepted for our internship program. If not, once you complete your 8th semester exams, we will be sending you a survey to check your availability. If you're available, accordingly your onboarding schedule will be happening, so you have enough time. That's the procedure of the onboarding, how it takes place. Now, very, very important thing, PJP, that is pre-joining program. I know that most of the candidates have received the pre-joining mails, but there are some set of candidates who haven't received it. So now we have divided the pre-joining training into different batches. So there are some set of candidates who have already started with their pre-joining, which was scheduled in the first week of January. Some have started with from 15th of January. Some have started from first week of February. It's happening in batches. So in case you have received your pre-joining program with whatever streams you have been mapped, I would want you all to complete that joining because that is very important. It is mandatory. If you have to complete your pre-joining program within 1 month from when it has been scheduled for you, that is activated for you. If you haven't received it, you have to wait accordingly. In batch wise, we are scheduling it for everybody and we will have a proper orientation session for the same also, so not to worry about your pre-join. Now many candidates have issues with login into the Pjp app itself, that is PBL app. What you have to do is you have an email ID called head.pjp@wipro.com. If there is any error, write a mail to that email ID with the screenshot of the error, with your resume number, with your email ID and your phone number, because there are several times the email communication, what we said, you will not be able to explain it properly, or we will not be able to give you a solution over the mail. So it is easy for us, if you have your active phone number is given to us, we will immediately call you accordingly and it will be taken forward. So that's about the PJP details. Now, I guess I have covered all the necessary aspects of whatever we have. Now, I know that there was an onboarding survey sent to you. This is the final aspect which I wanted to cover. Survey aspects, if I have to talk about, There are multiple surveys going. So while a survey is sent, request you to kindly read the content of the survey and accordingly respond, because I have seen several mails coming from your placement officer and candidates saying that by mistakenly I have mentioned no, by mistakenly I have mentioned yes. That is very difficult to track, because once the survey is closed, we directly download the report and publish it accordingly and take the decisions. So it is very important while you are filling the survey, you fill it after reading the questions properly. And always while you are sending a communication in a survey format, it is important that you log in over the laptop, log in via laptop or a desktop, because in phone there are certain times the keys doesn't work or it gets auto selected, something like that. I'm just giving you a generic things. I am not saying that phone is not, it's not a friendly phone friendly survey, no it is, but however I would advise you all to do like that. That's what my main content was. Other very important aspect, many candidates have written back to us saying that I have submitted the response for onboarding, but I haven't received an update. As I said, we are still working on various parameters and various things have been planned for you. It is taking a while, but accordingly, if you have responded, you don't need to worry. We will be accordingly sharing all the updates to you. Now, other important thing what I wanted to mention is we we are going to have such kind of a sessions every 2 weeks. Okay, so if a session is created today and we have conducted the session and you have raised a query, we would try within that 2 weeks of span of time that the query is being resolved. In case it is not resolved, you can accordingly mention in the next session whenever it happens, and accordingly it will be for sure resolved. It is just, I'm just giving you a statement that it may get resolved that time, but however, we will try to make sure that all the queries which are enlisted today can be resolved within this 1 week of span. Now, many candidates have written back to their placement officer as well as written to me also saying that manager.campus team doesn't respond. Now, you have to please understand there's a particular parameter of manager.campus also. They get n number of queries, and within a period of 1 day, they have to resolve a lot of queries. Same like for velocity email ID, also for Pjp email ID, you have to give a time. If you have dropped a mail today, today is Friday, okay, you may get a response on Tuesday itself, because today is the last working day. Saturday, Sunday, it's an official week off for us, so we don't work on that. Same with the team also. So Monday they will be seeing it, Monday they will be seeing it, maybe they will respond to you on Monday, but probably by Tuesday. So you have to give a particular team at least 72 hours to work on it, because there are many queries coming in between, so they need sufficient amount of time for the same as well. So that was other important aspect. Now I hope you got little bit insight about everything, whether it is about internship, whether it is about Pjp, whether it is about documentation, whether it is about offer letter. Hope most of the things have been clear. Now, very important aspect, few candidates had written back to me saying that their email ID what with they have registered is wrong. Either it has become jar mail, either the I is missing or something or the other is missing. You don't need to reach out to anybody, you can do it. It's a self process, you can do itself. I will guide you properly for that. You have to log into your superset with your superset account ID and password. There is a student help option there towards your right hand side. You can click there and they will assist you accordingly, and your email ID gets updated necessarily. So whatever details or whatever email ID you have logged in iSIMS as well as in superset, the same email ID will be taken forward, so you have to be very careful. Hope that was audible properly. Now what I will do, in case apart from this, any other query you have, any other thing which is, concerning for you, you have to mention in the chat box with your name, because most of the candidates have joined anonymous as an anonymous individual. Mention your name, put your query, and then accordingly, whatever it is, I will try to resolve. I am again saying that I may not be able to resolve all the queries, but however, few I will be able to resolve. Later on, I will download it in case there is something very important. I will accordingly respond to you via mail. Okay, so that's it. Now I will open the chat box. You can accordingly mention in case apart from this. Now I saw one query which says about the service agreement. So now service agreement is for 12 months. You are aware of it. Once you join WIPRO, the day your onboarding gets completed as a regular employee, from that day, till for the next 1 year you have a service agreement. In case you break the service agreement, you have to pay a compensation to us, that is 75,000 compensation. It is on pro rata basis, so that's been taken care. It's also mentioned in your offer letter. Now quickly moving for the queries. Okay. In case I have missed something, you can highlight that also. I will try to cover that as well. Now, Jay has mentioned, ma'am, our 8th semester will end by July. So, can I join after July? As absolutely, as I said, in case you are not enrolling for the internship program, you can enroll, you will be accordingly, once you complete your exam, you will be accordingly send a survey and you can respond to the survey. Accordingly, your onboarding will be scheduled. Now, Priya. Priya as an individual received an LOI, accepted the offer letter regarding billing to the university. Scheme is different. Please find the scheme of 8th semester. So the document that WIPRO is providing for not relevant for the completion. I have to complete my course as per university. With internship, I'm willing to do it as it will be help gain practical. Now, Priya, see, there are various parameters of internship. What we do, we also give, it's the unpaid internship and where we are providing completion certification as well. So we have already given you the necessary details of the same. Now, in case our internship module is not meeting your college parameters because it involves your marks as well, you can accordingly take a call whether you want to join as an intern or whether you want to join as a regular employee once you complete your exam. In case you have still more queries, you can reach out to your placement officer. He might have my email ID. He will reach out to me. I accordingly try to explain him all the things, whatever it is necessary. So just look out it, just talk to your placement officer about what is the parameter, what we have provided in a document format and what is that your college is expecting. Because we are giving a certification as well as our marks. You will have a particular mentor who will be observing and giving you the marks also for your internship. Accordingly, you can take it forward as well. So I hope that resolves your query. Now, internship, I have already given you the update that if you have responded saying that you are interested for internship, we will accordingly respond to or all the necessary updates. In case you haven't responded also, I guess the internship survey has been closed, but not to worry about it as well. You will have an update coming that you haven't responded, but your offer letter still start irrespective of you are opting out of internship or you are going to plan for WIPRO's internship is just as so that we can train you for certain, you are pre-trained for certain programs whatever we are trying to do. However, it's not necessary that those who don't join as an intern will not get that particular leverage. You are anyway getting enabled as a PRP program, that is Pjp program is being scheduled. That also it is happening in batches, so you have to wait for that particular updates as well. As I said, be active on your mails and whatever messages or whatever details we are sharing, kindly read it and accordingly you can take a call on it. Now I'll read out those who are Shivam, ma'am, those who are unable to crack velocity program, then they have to do PRP or not during. Now, every individual who is going to join WIPRO as an intern or as a regular employee itself, you will be undergoing a PRP training that is post once you join WIPRO. There's a PJP training that is pre-joining program which is enabled for everybody. Only there are different batches we have scheduled because the number of candidates to whom we have offered is more. That's the reason it is in batch slot, so you have to accordingly wait. That's it. In case you haven't received a PJP update, you will receive it soon. That's a slot wise we have planned for everybody so that we can concentrate on smaller crowds and your queries and concerns can be resolved. Okay, anonymous, my BGV link always comes with an error. My DOB is wrong, as I'm not sure who the individual has mentioned. If you have mentioned this query, reach out to manage.campus@wipro.com. In case you have reached out, please forward the same to to your placement officer. He will for sure reach out to me. I'll take it forward accordingly. Not to worry. We have anyway given you a process of how BJV link works as such. But however, there are some loopholes. Maybe I'm not sure about it. It will be rectified. I have given you a guideline also for the same, that how you need to work on the same. In case, again I repeat, I don't want anybody to miss that. If your date of birth is wrong, you need to write a mail to manager.campus or to your placement officer saying that this is your actual date of birth, with either attaching your ID proof of your PAN card or Aadhaar card, mentioning your correct date of birth and the screenshot of the date of birth which you have seen in iSIMS portal. Forward it accordingly, we will take it forward. Same with the email ID, you can log into Superset, take the guide of student health, that email ID thing will be resolved. In case it is about phone number, mobile number wrong as such, the same procedure to be followed like date of birth. Okay. Sumit Kadam, I am unable to upload documents, says page not found. What should I do? I guess there is some issue with your settings as such, but I would request you to drop a mail to manager.campus. Also, you can drop a mail to your placement officer. It will be easy for me to immediately resolve it. With your resume number, please drop a mail. Also with the screenshot, accordingly, I'll take it up. Now, Subodh, what if our last semester paper not held before onboarding? Now, as I mentioned, for internship candidates, you will be anyway, you must have not completed your 8th semester exam. So that's the reason we are onboarding you as an intern. Once you complete your 8th semester exams, accordingly, based on your uploadation of documents and you're clearing your audit, procedure, we will be converting you as a regular employee. For the candidates who have not opted for internship, as mentioned, we will be again reaching out to you with a survey in the month of April, May. Constantly you will get an update. You can accordingly respond that you are available in the month of June, July, August, as so on. And accordingly, we will prepare and schedule your onboarding. So that's taken. My date of birth has to be changed. As mentioned, Tane, hope I was audible. As I mentioned, Jay, for your documents, whichever it is not available, you can accordingly quote saying that it is pending with the college or it is pending with whoever the concern is, and you can mention that clarification in the I-Verified tool so that the team doesn't send the screen back to you. But however, please note that screen will be pending with you because the document is still pending from your end. Now, in case the document is taking quite a long time and your 6th semester results are not yet declared, you can quote that. I'm sure the team will understand and they will keep the screen with you itself. You don't need to revert it back. Whenever you are receiving it, try to check with your university and the exam count controller as well. When is it getting scheduled? In case internet copy is available, you can accordingly upload the same as well. Now, as I said, we have already triggered the velocity offers to the candidates based on our parameters, whichever I had mentioned in the start. So there's nothing quarter two. There will be a turbo phase to select candidates as such. We have already required whatever sufficient amount of turbo, that is velocity program candidates were selected. We have already focused on them. There will be nothing else being as of now planned. In case there is something, we will accordingly schedule a session for the same so that you get the information before anybody else, not through your placement officer. It will be a one-to-one conversation which we will have. We will give you an update, but as of now, nothing like that. Phase 2 is been planned for turbo offer. Now, turbo offer has been renamed as or rebranded as velocity program offer. So you can quote it, mention it like that. Okay. Anything that I have missed, I will just look at the last mails because I guess I have cleared with everything. We observe that who prefer Java first, only those people receive PJP mail. No, there is nothing kind of like that. All the streams, whichever, whether it is .NET, whether it is CPP, whether it is C++, whether it is C, based on the business demands. PJPs are always based on the business demand. So maybe the first batch will be only for the Java students. The second batch will be, which was scheduled on 15th or 16th of January, will be only for, CPP candidates or VLSI candidates. Nothing as such preferred. Based on the business demands, the batches have been created. So you can completely be assured that all the candidates will be taken into consideration. Preference based on your location is always given, not on any other things. Okay, PBL app is slow and very short session. Please help there. Now, PLB app, we have already triggered a student guide for you. You can always refer to the student guide. Also, in case
it's a big app, okay, so it will take little bit, it's slow as compared to any of our social media apps, so you have to have little patience because that's how it is. Deal with it, that's what, it's just a 1 month thing, so you have to deal with it, that's what, but it's not so low because I have personally tried it, you can deal with it, it's just if you want a speed of WhatsApp or Instagram, that's not possible. After completing a course, our package is confirmed, upgraded to 6.5 lakh per annum. Yes, this is with respect to velocity program. Your package gets upgraded to 6.5 lakh per annum. That is 5.5 plus 1 lakh joining bonus. That's how it has been planned. But it has to be completed once you complete the velocity program. That is with your trainer and the technology which you are assigned. Once you complete that, based on that it will be given to you. So Shreyas, if you have selected a 25th April as the onboarding date, that's not a confirmed onboarding date. We are just trying to see if you are available in the month of April, that is towards the end of April. Accordingly, the session onboarding will be scheduled. The date is not fixed, but we will be accordingly giving you a confirmation on the same. It's just to understand when your exams are getting completed so that we can align our prerequisite based on your availability. Okay, anything is Wipro still sending velocity? No, no, Wipro is not sending any other selected velocity candidates. Velocity mails have been already triggered. Now, those who have opted for velocity and considered that they are ready with our, learning program where it is a paid learning. If they are ready, accordingly, the regular updates will be going to those set of candidates. How will I get to know that our offer letter responses are same and there is no network issue from your side? Your voice is breaking. No, no. Priya, first thing, I guess my voice is properly audible. That's why the queries are coming. Now, there was a stoppage in between, but it was because I was reading the chat. Now, if you have submitted in the offer letter, if you can see that you have accepted the offer letter, automatically the responses will come to us. In case it is not coming also, we will again send you a mail saying that to accept the offer letter. That's how you will also understand and we will also come to know. So not to worry about it. Anything else which I should be bothering? Now, the individual who has mentioned, I have got turbo offer, but I have not received internship offer. That's okay because you are anyway, it's a two different stagnant altogether. So if you have received the turbo offer, you can concentrate on the same itself. At the internship, it will go simultaneously for the other set of candidates. Now, Anand Kumar, when will you know your joining location? Now that, as I said, joining location, your stream which you will be marked or domain which you will be marked, it all depends the month on which you are joining. It depends upon the business requirements. It depends upon what is the demand, what are you doing, what is your preference, everything included. We try to give you your preferred location. However, it all depends upon the business demand and it will be only coming to know when we release your offer letter. So until then you need to wait. Now, Atharva, I am getting mail after 1 or 2 days later of survey last date. I didn't understand your query, but what I understood, I could say you wanted to respond to a survey, but before the survey you could respond. It was the end date when you saw the mail. You can, however, drop a mail to the same email ID. They will try to, enable it for you. However, in case an individual has not accepted our velocity offer, we have already triggered a mail to you, I guess 2 days or 3 days back. You can check that and you can accordingly respond. In case you miss due to n number of things or your schedule or because of your curriculum, you may not be very active on the mail, but I would request you all to be active so that accordingly you get all the insights and you don't miss anything. Now, Yash, you have mentioned that I have this. You have cleared the business evaluation but didn't receive any. Okay, I would request you, Yash, to please reach out to your placement officer, or you can reach, drop a mail to manager.campus@wipro.com that's stating this. But please quote your resume number so that accordingly I can take it forward. You can also reach out to your placement officer with the same so that it gets speed up, the process gets speed up. Now, Flexible hours during WIPRO internship, yes, you will have a little bit flexible hours. Also, you will be given provided with leaves when your exams are 8 semesters are scheduled. This is for candidates who are joining in our internship module. So that's been taken care. A proper orientation session once you get an internship mail when it is starting will also happen, where all the necessary details will be given to you. Please note it's an unpaid internship, so that's a very important aspect which you need to consider as well. So you have already read all the things, and we have accepted all the candidates who have mentioned that they are interested for the same. So that's been taken care, so not to worry about it. Accordingly, all the regular updates will be given. Answer to your question, yes, the hours are flexible. Okay, I guess rest all I could see it's a generic mails. As I said, I have communicated all the queries as such. Let me see something. Prinal, while our training period will be getting stipend up to 18,000, and after training we will getting the actual package amount. Is that right? Prinal, I didn't understand this particular thing. If it is with respect to your velocity, you already have a proper mail. I cannot quote the amount as such with the learned training partner, which is a paid training program. You can mention it on it. Now, if you are talking about the revised compensation plan, initially it is 3.5. Once you complete 6 month period with us, it gets revised to 3.75, 3.8. So that's how it is for a elite hires. If you fall under the same. Okay, so I guess I have quoted all the necessary updates. What I'll do is I'll mention the email IDs with respect to whom to reach out for example, PJP issue, so that you are also clear. Maybe most of the students must have missed out. I want to be very clear as well. That's the reason I'll quote it in the chat box. Once you can see that also, in case there are certain queries which I couldn't take as of now, because I think it's all repetitive, but however, as I said, it needs more clarity. Somewhere you think that still your query is not resolved, please reach out to your placement officer. Accordingly, I'll get the necessary updates. I can't give you my email ID because that's the reason I'm not mentioning my email IDs. I'll mention the you can drop a them and get it to us. Accordingly, we will be responding it to you. Thank you so much for joining. We are looking forward, so that I guess approximate when I started with the session, we had around 2,600 and some candidates. Thank you everybody for joining. Hope this session was at least helpful to you. Certain updates you received so that you are confident enough. There will be such sessions scheduled every week, so not to worry about it. All sessions regarding your PJP, regarding your LOCD program, regarding your internship, regarding your audit progress, sessions will be created like that. So please be active on your mails. All the best. Thank you for joining. We look forward for all this 2,000 to 600 candidates, and as of now it's still 300 candidates. We hope to see you as a provide soon. But until then, please be safe. Please take care. Thank you for joining. I will end up the session once I type the email IDs for the respective. You can take a note of it. Accordingly, I'll take a leave now. So thank you so much. Please take care. You can log out from the session as well.